This is Lauren.
Yo, this is Top Cat from Arizona Sound.
Listening to Potato Salad Radio Show. It's going down. This is what it is. CKDU 88.1 FM. I'm your girl Kaya, and I love this show.
Baby. Have you always been involved? Have you always cared and been involved with the environment, or
Not
is this a new
all.
Talk to me about how you became radicalized.
So basically,
I'm trying to reclaim that word.
Yeah, radicalized. I like it. I like it.
You know?
So basically, I was a student, or early student, trying to figure out where I fit, like anyone else, right?
Okay. Like at a university?
At university,
okay.
Socially, academically,
right.
With regards to community.
Sure.
Things like community has always been very important to me, right?
Right.
So I'm like active within the African Nova Scotian communities.
Right.
I've been doing projects and participating that way.
Are you
since high
from
school. Definitely
Halifax?
From Halifax. My mom, my grandparents are all from Uniacke Square.
We got to locate you properly.
So
here.
from Uniacke Square, and then my father's from Cherrybrook, North Preston. My grandparents are from all the way out Digby, Weymouth, and my grandmother's.
Shout out to everybody.
Yeah, I'm all over. I'm Scotian through and through. Like, there's not one drop.
All right, so you're kind of going through that. You're going through that moment that I think is so fantastic. Actually, it gets tough when we're going through it, and we continue to go through it. That's sort of like, where am I supposed to? What am I supposed to be doing in some ways, or like, where do I put my energy? And what was it about environment that kind of moved up?
It was about this idea of justice, right? And justice, for me, was always more centered around equity, with racial equity and justice.
For sure.
So all of a sudden, I was learning about what climate justice and what environmental justice means, and how it actually directly elevates those other branches of justice. It's kind of like a very strong root that people aren't really recognizing as a root, that kind of feeds into other things that are just equally as important as great, and that elevates the entire our community and our globe and everything, government as a whole, for overall better justice and equity. Right. So, and it was just, to be honest, it's this cool movement that's happening right now too, because to be able to say you're part of something like this, the way I explain it to my friends when they ask me, because they say the same thing, like my friends, my family, they're just like, climate, just what is that? Like, again, very Scotian, very small, tight-knit groups.
It's still cold in the winter.
It's still, they're like, what do you mean?
Every time there's a snowstorm, do you get the phone calls like, Jade, I think you're off track. And you're like, that's weather, that's not climate.
The same thing, yes. So they're trying to understand, it slowly, but again, the news, all the things that are happening publicly. But no, that's what it was really about. And again, like I said, I would give the example of, imagine what it would be like to be a part of the movement of like the World Wide Web when that first took off. To be able to say you were part of it, and it changed the world. We do not live the same way we lived before that, and we will never live the same way again because of it, right?
Yeah.
So just imagine if you say, I was in the thick of it, and watched that transform. It was part of the transformation, part of those conversations, and part of those pushes to make that happen. That completely changed the way we live, the way we talk, communicate, the way we socialize, the way we breathe. Right? And it's the same, to me, I give that example, and it makes people understand. They're like, yeah, I guess. And I'm like, that's what this climate movement is, right?
Right. It takes a perspective that's outside of you as an individual, I think, as well. Is that something that you've sort of always had?
That's, like I said, coming back to this idea of community and racial equity and justice has always been a passion of mine, because it has to be a passion of mine. That's what I live day to day, right? So this helped me understand what this idea of climate justice really meant, and also the really amazing positives that can come from it, and directly benefit the same communities that I care about and love today, and the future communities as well.
When it comes to